Clan Belan stares ahead in shock, his face frozen as a massive surge of energy radiates before him. His body trembles, overwhelmed by the power he's witnessing. Its overwhelming presence lights up the entire space as Alien calmly challenges Clan Belan, mocking his fear and calling him insignificant. Before Clan Belan can react, the fiery energy lashes out. It strikes him directly, engulfing his body in an intense blast. He screams in pain, completely overpowered. Alien stands face to face with the defeated Clan Belan. He mocks Clan Belan for daring to challenge someone far beyond his level, comparing it to a bug trying to stop a carriage. Alien lifts Clan Belan by the collar and issues a chilling command. He demands that within 3 days, all high-level warriors on the planet must gather and submit to him. He also warns them to offer up all valuable resources or face consequences. Elsewhere, a group of warriors watches in disbelief. One of them yells in frustration, realizing that Clan Belan has been captured. Trapped in glowing restraints, Clan Belan looks around in panic, realizing he's completely helpless. Clan Belan screams in terror, unable to withstand the overwhelming pressure and power of Alien's grasp. His voice echoes in despair as the situation worsens. A massive flaming demon entity unleashes its power, radiating intense energy. Its form is overwhelming, signaling a destructive force ready to crush anything in its path. Alien mocks the defeated planet, laughing maniacally. He declares that this fate is the outcome for anyone who dares defy him. Witnessing Clan Belan's instant defeat, the other warriors panic. One exclaims that their leader has been killed, while another fears the downfall of their entire nation is now inevitable. In a distant realm of stars, Lu Fang observing the battlefield. On opposite sides, Wang He and Duan Yifeng glow with distinct energy, orange and purple, indicating their powers are awakening for a coming clash. Lu Fang and Yang Yizhou observe the battlefield from a distance. Yang Yizhou notes that the battle between the two powerful level 25 warriors seems to be reaching its conclusion. Lu Fang looks up at the vast, starry sky, wondering if the destruction of both fighters' divine realms means the fight has truly ended. Suddenly, 2 figures descend and land forcefully in front of Lu Fang and Yang Yizhou, creating shockwaves. One of the newcomers steps forward confidently, stating that their demonstration is over. Now it's Lu Fang's turn to show what he's capable of. Lu Fang is stunned as he realizes everything that's happened so far was orchestrated for his sake. The revelation leaves him momentarily speechless. He steadies himself and summons 2 powerful orbs, one green and one fiery red, representing opposing forces. Lu Fang questions why the 2 forces must always battle. He wonders if it's truly impossible for both paths to coexist instead of being forced into conflict. Wang He dismisses Lu Fang's idea, declaring that both his and the other's power are inherently dominant and cannot coexist. Duan Yifeng agrees, reinforcing that only one path can survive. Lu Fang lowers his head, calmly acknowledging that everything said so far is correct. But instead of following their logic, with a confident smile, he declares his decision to create a third force, something entirely new, rather than choosing between the 2 extremes. As he channels his power, a new blue aura begins to form. Lu Fang proposes finding a gentle and balanced way that can exist alongside both dominant forces. He raises his hand, swirling with energy, and suggests that perhaps water, calm yet powerful, is the perfect medium for harmony. Lu Fang gently touches the ground with a glowing hand, triggering a powerful surge of blue energy that begins to take shape. In an instant, a glowing blue planet materializes, composed entirely of oceans and frozen rivers, reflecting his new water-based path. The sphere suddenly cracks open, revealing a small, turtle-like creature with dragon features. It slowly crawls out, bathed in the surrounding light. Lu Fang smiles warmly and holds the creature in his palm, declaring it the first mystical beast born in this new domain, naming it Xuan Wu. A golden bird and a dragon approach curiously, staring at the newly born Xuan Wu. For the first time, all three divine beasts face one another. Wang He scoffs at Lu Fang's attempt to balance them, claiming that water and fire naturally conflict. He warns that a new battle is bound to erupt soon. As if proving the point, the golden bird lets out a fierce cry and charges toward Xuanwu, releasing a storm of flames in a sudden burst of aggression. Lu Fang smiles calmly, confident in his plan. He hints that a new power will emerge to maintain balance. The fourth path is about to join the battlefield. Wang He is shocked by Lu Fang's calm declaration. He and his companion express disbelief. There's a fourth force? Lu Fang reveals a glowing green orb, radiating with energy. A new power begins to form in his palm, distinct from the previous three. The orb expands into a swirling green planet of wind and nature. Lu Fang calls it the Star of Forest and Wind, representing wood and the skies. With a burst of light, a fierce white tiger emerges from the orb. A voice excitedly exclaims that it must be the white tiger, the fourth sacred beast. After the white tiger joins, tension between the vermilion bird and Xuanwu instantly eases. The three beasts stand in harmony for the first time. The harmony forms because the bird is naturally fond of the tiger, and the tiger, in turn, instinctively accepts Xuanwu. Their playful bond leads to a peaceful balance. However, the crystal dragon remains distant and alone. Its aura seems isolated, not blending with the newly formed trio. Lu Fang acknowledges the dragon's solitude. Smiling, he gently holds it and decides it's time to find a suitable companion. In his hand, a glowing yellow orb begins to form. Lu Fang reveals the final solution, a mythical beast of the earth element known as the Qilin. The creature bursts forth in golden light, radiating stability and strength. Just as Lu Fang expected, the crystal dragon is naturally drawn to the Qilin. It approaches with interest and begins to interact warmly, creating a bond. The Qilin in turn trails behind the vermilion bird, awkwardly trying to fit in. Its actions appear a bit clingy, drawing a humorous reaction from onlookers. Lu Fang smiles and proudly presents the result. With all five elemental beasts now present, a perfect cycle of balance and harmony is finally born. Lu Fang presents his completed system to the others, a harmonious balance between the five forces. Each power complements and restrains the others, neutralizing conflict across the realm. However, Duan Yifeng questions the feasibility. He doubts that Lu Fang alone can cultivate all five level 15 paths, saying it's beyond human limits. Wang He agrees, calling it unrealistic. He believes that even mastering a single path to its peak is difficult, let alone five. They mock Lu Fang, calling his dream naive and delusional. Lu Fang remains silent. With a faint smile, he lowers his head, unfazed by their doubts, his confidence quietly unwavering. Lu Fang reaches out and unites his energy with another's. A glowing green orb floats between their hands, symbolizing the merging of powers. He then clasps his hands together in meditation. Lightning cracks around him, signaling the beginning of a significant transformation or breakthrough. Seeing this, the two men are stunned. They can't understand why Lu Fang would destroy what he had just created. To them, it's like an artist burning their greatest masterpiece. Lu Fang remains calm and focused. Beside him, Yang Yizhou floats silently, observing as a blue flame begins to rise. Yang Yizhou's eyes widen in surprise as he realizes what Lu Fang has done. Lu Fang casually asks if his approach is the correct answer. Yang Yizhou smiles, confirming that Lu Fang is heading in the right direction and should keep moving forward. Wang Hu steps forward aggressively, questioning Lu Fang's earlier actions. He accuses him of recklessness, implying he's throwing everything away. Yang Yizhou calmly responds, saying they don't need to understand. To them, the answer holds no meaning. In fact, knowing it might only deepen their dissatisfaction. Duan Yifeng stares at Lu Fang in disbelief, finally recognizing his potential. Yang Yizhou stands quietly beside him, calmly observing. Lu Fang reflects on everything. He realizes this entire experience has completely reshaped his fate and cultivation path, especially the moment he sought his teacher's approval. It marked a turning point. Clenching his fist, Lu Fang sets his sights higher. What others failed to reach, he now approaches confidently. His next goal, to break through to level 16.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.